Hi guys, thanks for tuning into the channel again. My name is Liz and I'm a reseller in Maryland. In today's video, I'm going to take you thrifting with me where we hit the vintage Motherlode. Let's go check it out. So here we are at 2nd Avenue, one of my favorite places to shop. And they always have like really mass-produced stuff on the front tables, but I did like those little pigs. I couldn't tell you the last time I actually bought something from this section. Maybe it just gets shopped very heavily. That would make sense, right? But I have to look. I've just arrived. I'm zenning out. Oh, now I made it over to the vases and this little beauty was sitting there. So you know me in art pottery. I'm going to snatch it up. This one was not a standout, so I left that one behind. I do have a lot of art pottery, and this glaze was amazing. I like that it had some sort of a signature, but I actually have not been doing well with wall pockets, so I left it behind, and now I'm looking at it and thinking that's pretty cool. I thought this was the Weeping Gold from the mid-century era, but it was Nate Berkus. You did a great job, Nate, but I'm not putting you in my antiques booth at the moment, even though you've been there and shopped there before. Oh my God. Sorry. Bragging. I love stuff like this. Well, not for my own home. As a reseller. These chalkware kitschy things, I always grab them. I just bought one of these. She actually just sold as well. This one is broken, unfortunately. The one I sold on Etsy was a lamp. Oh, it was beautiful. And I think I sold it for about, I want to say about $80. So these are really cool. I don't really like that they're $6.99 each. I mean, I guess maybe I should have gotten them, but I don't know. That seems steep to me. Maybe I could have doubled my money. This had a really cool glaze, but see how thick the walls are on this bowl? This was like someone's like art project, and that mom or dad kept it for a long time. Finally, they let it go, and here it is. So I haven't been finding much in the glass aisle lately, nor has glass been selling that well for me, but I always take a look because I did once find a set of 6 poison glasses by George Briard. I thought these were kind of nice, but you can see that their condition's not great. And I never buy those green Jeanette glasses. They've never sold for me, but I do buy these. You'll find out why in a little while, if you haven't seen me buy them before, which you probably have. Spoiler alert, it's because they're amazing, but there's more detail to come. Now, I do look through the plates for Dansk. That tends to be the brand that I look for because the plates sell immediately for big money. But I didn't really find any. I was tempted by a few things. Had to look, had to share. Canisters and like teapots and pitchers. Pitchers don't sell that well for me. Creamers by themselves don't sell that well for me. So I will look at them and touch them, like this little pretty one. But I didn't take it home with me because I don't find that they're selling. And that's something I probably saw at the booth. It's not a famous designer or something. This is beautiful. It looks like made in Italy, maybe Portugal, and it has a huge crack, so forget it. I didn't want to ship that anyway. A little bit of sour grapes. Now these little pretty kitties, you guys can come home with me. I will tell you all about these later. They surprised me. They really did. Things start to pick up a little bit. Not every item from the haul at the end will be shown in the video, but you guys are going to be shocked by the amount or the number of vintage items I found. Hard goods and clothing. And I do show you some here in the shopping section, but I show you everything of note in the haul to come. I really just went down a rabbit hole here. There were a few things I was, watching this and I was like, why didn't I get that? Where's the sweater that I was like, I should have gotten that. Oh, it's coming up. I don't know why I didn't get this. Wait a minute. I do know why. Look, hold on. Wait for it. Wait for it. Look, I'm like, oh gosh. Maybe someone could fix that. That someone is not me. But I thought that was a really cool 80s sweater with the paisley, the gold paisley on the black. So I had started to find a few things and get kind of inspired. So then I was really starting to go through every single item. And once I started doing that, I started finding some crazy stuff. I can't wait to show all of it to you in the haul. Like I said, you will see a few of the pieces here. This looked like such a cool vintage piece, but it's not. It's some modern, I can't do it. Beyond modern, right? What do they call that? Like disposable clothing? It looked really cool though. They got their styling down. And this was kind of nice. I think this might have been, it felt like silk. I don't remember if it was, but I didn't want to spend $12. This, I love this. It is amazing, this jacket. So cool. This little blazer. I'm trying to show you the name. I'm not familiar with that name, but for $8, yes. The buttons, the bow. I like the bow on the bow. This is probably 90s Gap. Beautiful. Okay, guys, so we are going to just go over the hard goods portion of this haul first. I think the clothing was really where I struck gold, vintage gold, but I did like a lot of these things, obviously, which is why they came home with me. So I had never seen these Lennox cat pieces before. They're actually really nicely made. I like the faces on the cats. The paint job reminds me of like something you would paint yourself. And I guess that must be on purpose because these were mass produced. This one I really love. I think that would be cute as like a little bud vase. So the prices varied on these. Like I found one of the creamers for like $35 and then one for like, I don't know, like $15. So I paid, let's see, $4 each. I'll have to consider whether I'm going to put them online, which I might. They're not that bad to ship or not, but still I'll make some profit on both of them regardless. You know I always pick up Laurel Birch items. This one is clearly marked and her cat design is pretty iconic, multicolored, sort of like Southwestern op art look. That's the vibe I get from it. Mostly 90s, I think. I want to say like early 90s, maybe late 80s. I'm not sure the exact age of this plate, but I feel like the cat people, the Laurel Birch people will love it. Now, I don't want to ship a 16-inch platter that's worth about $35 to $45, so I'll probably still put it in the booth, maybe on Facebook, although I think the booth is probably a better spot. Anytime I see these like sort of mid-century-esque, like either chalkware or ceramic wall plaques, and in this case, these are also wall pockets, meaning you can put stuff in them. I always grab them. I like the turquoise color on these. I confess, I hate fake flowers. I think some people do it well, but this is not done well. So I may actually remove this shenanigans and sell them that way. I think they'll be more valuable. These are Holland mold, not extremely valuable. I was surprised, but let's see. $3.50 each, so I'll still do well with those. You can look at the comp to see some of the values. I also don't really like, as a reseller, depression glass, but someone recently said to me that they collect pink depression glass, and I saw this like spirograph platter, and I don't know what happened. I said I have to pay it $8.99 for it. So again, I'll probably put this in the booth, although one of the comps was pretty decent and it is in really good shape. So it's possible I would ship it, but I just know what would happen. It would probably get broken. I'd refund the person and be out my $8.99 and my shipping. So I wouldn't really like that. So I'll probably put this in the booth and hope that some depression glass collector comes and gets it. I think this would be really nice for the holidays, actually. I wasn't going to buy this. For $8.49, I was like, jeepers. Now these are actually really handy to have, like a batter bowl with a spout. But when I looked it up, I believe this is Federal glass. Yeah, it's marked with the capital F in like that shield. I was surprised by the comp. So check out the comp on that. This is very dusty. It needs to be cleaned, but I just think it was well worth it with that comp to make about $40. This was so like sort of amateurly done. I don't think that's an adjective, that I had to have it. I don't know why this is so adorable. This is signed as a croc on the bottom, although I haven't identified it, I actually forgot to look it up for you guys. I'll put a comp up in the screen or something in the text on the screen for you if I identify the maker. But for $3.50, I think someone will want this at their house to grow their basil or something in. They're not going to pay $3.50, but I pay $3.50. You know I always buy these. If you know me in real life, you know why. These are no longer very valuable unless you want to drink Prosecco or some other beverage out of them. They have the most delightfully heavy bottoms, so no matter how tipsy you get, your glass won't get tipsy. And they just feel great in your hand, and I buy them every time I see them, and I gift them to my friends so that they always have my favorite glass at their house, and also because it's nice to give your friends gifts. It's not just so I have something to drink out of, but whenever they drink out of them at my house, they always want some. So, I mean, I have to deliver. I probably will deliver. I don't often buy glass coasters, but with the Caddy 2, I have a Caddy weakness. And they were all there, and they have a fleur-de-lis design. I had to get them. What did I pay for those? $5.49. So I think if I sell them online, maybe 25, 30 bucks, maybe 20 bucks in the booth. Probably they're gonna go online. We'll see. The jury's out. You know how I like to save my more expensive items for online because of shipping and taxes and fees and all that. You know I have a weakness for art pottery, especially with blue glazes. I do not think this is a Bill Campbell, but the glaze is slightly reminiscent of his blue kind of dreamy glazes, if you know his work. And it was $2.49. I think this would be really sweet with one like late fall bloom in it. Just so sweet. It's almost like a, what do they call it? A seed pot? Oh, goodness gracious. You know I need your help. It's this middle-age word retrieval that becomes a problem. It's just when I'm on the spot. I don't think it's that bad normally for me. But anyway, for that price, I think I can sell it for about 15 at the booth at least. Really cute. I'll check it out with a loop and see if I can read the signature as well. And I broke a lot of my own rules today. I don't buy clear Pyrex, but it was a set of 3, and like we're entering the next wave of vintage nostalgia. So the stuff that we might cringe at because we're Generation X and we remember it really well is coming back. And so I'm trying to like change with the times. So I'm still pretty happy with the vintage hard goods haul, but I really think the vintage Motherlode will be the next table's worth of treasures. So here's the first table of vintage treasures. I'll put up comps if I find them for things that are similar. In this case, with this skirt, this reminded me of a Vera Newman floral print, but I couldn't find a tag anywhere on it. It does need to be cleaned. I just thought it was so cool. $4.79. I think it has a few spots that I can get out quite easily. Now, it's not the right season for this skirt, but I love this. And it has an elastic waist, so it fits a wide range of sizes. So I think I can put that in the booth if I decide I don't want to wear it. I think it would fit me. And it's just really like a cheerful print, isn't it? I'm going to check one more time, see if I can find a tag. So I got that. I'm going to actually put that aside. This skirt, this isn't even normally something I would buy. I must be watching a lot of B. Jones style. There's something about this. Now she has like a character for fall. She comes up with characters that inspire her. And this reminds me of her, what does she call it? Like a country clown. Because you've got this flouncy hem, but it kind of gives like 80s Ralph Lauren vibes. Not sure. Elastic waist caught my eye. $7.79. And look at this tag. Ooh. I still think this will fit me. I don't usually wear a medium, but I think it will fit me. It also has this sort of like, what do you call this? I am not a seamstress. Gosh, I want to call it like a widow's peak just because of the shape. But let me know in the comments if you know what you call this shape. This was very popular in the 80s. Anyway, I think this is an 80s skirt. This thing is unbelievable. I'll throw up a comp if I find it. It just blows me away. This next one, oh my gosh, I swear my mom must have had something like this in the 80s. This is velvet. As you can see, it's an extremely bold floral. I love it. Something about the color blocked black sleeves makes this doable. Maybe that's the 80s in me talking. Shoulder pads intact, $7.49, Carol Little. Love this. Am I keeping it? Maybe. Maybe I'll put it in the booth, and if it doesn't sell in like one day, I will claim it. It could almost go with that skirt if I were a pattern mixer, which I'm working on, Patrice. Anyway, I thought that was really cute for $7.49. This jacket is adorable. Again, these 80s fashions that I would have cringed at even just a few years ago, they're just making me feel all the feels. Look at the neckline on this. I mean, just in case you needed a bow on your bow. It's crazy, and it has a few little spots, so I'll clean up. I think it'll clean up nicely. The buttons are amazing. They're giant. They're bedazzled. The collar, amazing, $8.29. Oh my gosh. I love this. I love the shape too. So I think this is really cool. Bows are in case you didn't know that. Detail on the sleeves. Amazing little jacket for $8.29, even if I decide to keep it. We'll see. On to the next set of items. Okay, the second group of clothing, the last group of clothing, and I just wanted to mention that I didn't include like some leggings I got for myself that you might have seen in the cart, some t-shirts I got for my son, some notebooks and stuff for the kids. I just wanted to include the things that you guys might benefit from seeing and learning about. These like 80s prints are speaking to me very loudly these days because all of the stylists I watch on YouTube are always showing them, wearing them, and talking about them. They remind me of like Hermes, you know? They just remind me of that certain era. No shoulder pads in this one, which is fine. I feel like this would make a nice little shacket. I like a long silhouette since I'm not very long. And this is a very large size, but I still think it's good for like a little jacket. Vintage tag, $5.49. Gosh, I just feel like even if I wore it once and decided I was over it, I could bring it down to the booth. Just amazing. So I did grab that with this amazing 80s print for $5.50. Now, speaking of things you remember, in the 90s, corduroy, especially this like micro corduroy, was very in. I'm not sure if you can even tell. Oh gosh, I love this. Hold on. Oh my goodness, the last time she wore it, she was sick. Gosh, a vintage cough drop. I'll throw up a comp for that. If I don't throw up. Just kidding. Anyway, it's fine. You always get these presents in these vintage jackets. This is a micro corduroy Gap blazer with this mini floral print in like earth tones. The lining is beautiful. It's way too small for me. It's an 8. I am not built that way, nor was I in my youth. $8.29. This 90s stuff is back in full force. It's a little fitted jacket. I just think that's going to sell so well. This jacket over here, I don't think I can actually get that one out. Let me skip to, actually, this is one of my favorite things that I got. And this may be staying with me. And I think you saw this in the shopping. Check out the length, the shape, and the buttons on this coat. Look at the sleeves. Unbelievable. Now, did she replace some buttons is my next question. If she did, she replaced them on both sides, so I guess not. Anyway, amazing button detail. This sort of like semi-military band camp, I don't know, soldier thing going on. Help me out. Slightly flared like bell sleeves. Here's the maker. I did not know this name. Maybe I owned stuff by Lou Magram back in the day. $8.29. This may be staying with me. This speaks my love language in so many ways. It's black. It's different. It's like goth, but classic. I love it. Okay. Let me put that one aside so you can take a look at this jacket. Oh my gosh. I think someone like literally donated a whole closet full of amazing treasures because a lot of the items were similar sizes and styles and eras. And there was so much. Like I probably should have stayed longer. I feel like, hold on a second. Oh no. Is it a tissue? I'm not doing it. I'll fix that later. But I love this little blazer. I love that it doesn't have a closure. The print and the colors are amazing. Super soft, $8.29. I think it says Tan J, but maybe it's Tan J. I'll have to let you guys know in the comp what that says if I find it. But regardless, I think this 80s, 90s little number will do well anywhere. My guess would be probably $30 in the booth minimum, but I haven't looked up the comp yet, so who knows? Okay. Nanette Lepore. My friend Julie turned me on. I believe this woman is French, and that's why we pronounce it that way. This is so darling. Is this like a little Easter suit? Where do you wear this? But you could certainly wear these things separate from each other. I think this was about $16 or $17 for the set. Beautiful lining, beautiful details. Oh my gosh, the fabric feels like such high quality. Applique flowers, I mean, so darling. Oops, I almost put my phone down, I apologize. It's because I don't have enough hands. I was gonna put it down so that I could move this out of the way. Okay. I think that sums it all up for us, doesn't it? Man, what a great day I had out there. Like I said, I almost wish I had stayed a little bit longer, but you can't keep searching forever. You do have to go home and have a sandwich eventually. But I do hope you guys get out there, you have a great shopping adventure where you find amazing treasures, and I always hope that you never stop searching. I will see you guys next time.